pulled out of the pyramid to go for a ride.
Where are you going for a ride?
Around the planet.
Okay. So how are you doing that?
Well, they let me go sometimes when I've asked for like a holiday.
Mm-hmm. And what are you travelling on?
A bubble.
A bubble?
It's like a helicopter bubble.
Okay.
I can't quite explain it. It's got wings on the top, and you go into the capsule, and it's a glass bubble.
And it just, how many people does it take?
2 or 3 only.
Okay.
It doesn't take a lot of people. It's really for viewing.
Yeah.
So there's a back part to it, which is not made of glass or made of clear material, and you go in through the back. It opens up through the back, and you can slide in. And you're not actually in control. The pilot is back at the base.
Okay, so they're remotely controlled.
Yes.
Okay. And so what powers this device? What powers this bubble that you're in?
The stuff that they're mining.
What's that?
The stuff that they're mining on the other planets.
Oh, okay. Do you know what it is or anything about it?
A little bit, not much.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really want everyone to know everything.
Yeah.
It's a processing centre, not an information centre.
Yeah.
Or so they say.
Okay. And so how old are you?
About 800 years old.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so why are you going for a ride around the planet today?
It's my birthday. It's a very special day.
Do you celebrate your birthday every year?
Not always.
But why is this one so special?
I think it's a number that they've allocated that we don't really have a birthday. We have a celebration. It's like it's almost like a rites of passage.
Mm-hmm.
When you're closer to the end of your years, you get to have more time and more space out.
Yeah.
And more time to relax and to understand the world around you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So have you earned that privilege now?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're saying that I'm allowed to travel to other planets. So. But it's not like you and I know it or think of it. It's scary because you're going through that portal, the one that they put all the beings in, and you're leaving everything that you know. They say you can come back, but sometimes it doesn't happen for some reason.
So you go through
Maybe
a portal.
Maybe you know too much
to go to other planets, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does the portal
to
look
where
like?
All the planets look, the plates. Sorry.
Yeah.
The planets that they distribute.
Okay.
The beings in. They'll only let you go to the seedling ones.
So that's where these portals take you?
Yes.
Okay. What does a portal look like?
It's like a large energy. It's like a piece of fire placed in space. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
And you get sucked through it. They've created it that way. And they program it for where and when you're supposed to appear.
Okay.
So it's not the ships that they program. It's the wormhole that they program.
Right.
So they have mastered time and space.
So you can time travel.
Yes.
Okay.
But only to certain places. You can't keep going back to the same place.
Why not?
It disrupts the continuum. You can't go back to a place over and over again to, say, correct a mistake or to change the government or whatever.
Ah.
It needs to be left alone, or you could disrupt. It's like a tear.
Yeah.
You could tear a rip, and the rip will have a ripple effect, which can come back to you. So everything, all the work that you've done,
Yeah.
that they say they've done, this is all the information we have, can be destroyed. So something can enter that energy field which will destroy or destruct. It's happened before. Or destroy civilizations that they've created in a blink of an eye.
Wow.
It can come in the form of an asteroid, or it can be any sort of doomsday kind of prophecy. That's what the prophecies are about.
Which prophecy is that?
That every civilization gets told about an end of the world, or an end of an era, or an end of their life.
Yeah.
Where something devastating or destructive will happen. And they've been told this to warn them about how they are to evolve in their life. If they keep it, it's like a children's book.
Yeah.
It's like a story that's been implanted to scare the children.
Mm.
So they've been scaring the children.
Okay.
And they worked out that that works even better to get them to do what they want to do.
So essentially you don't have to have a catastrophic ending
No.
to your civilization. You can make changes.
Yes, but problems can happen if you keep intruding.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch, but you can't intrude too much.
Yeah.
The beings that have taken over this station are not the beings that created this station. They took over the station in a war. This is theirs. The beings that created the station did not mind. They were co-creators of the universe.
Yeah.
This is what we've been told about this place. That's why there are things about this place that are still a mystery, that are yet to be examined and understood. It is not just a processing center with a portal. There's much more to it, and we don't understand how to obtain the information for it. Because I believe that they don't want us to know. That ultimately the information could destroy other people, so there's no information on it. There's just, I'm seeing it now. Fractalized geometry in different places, located around the planet at different places. And no one knows what they're for. They're really pretty.
Okay. So do you use crystals on your world?
No.
Don't have any crystals?
No.
No? Okay. So how do you power your cities? What do you use?
We create from our mining a special gold in the dust to formulate a special metal. It's psionic energy, which contains different levels of frequencies, which have the ability, if you were to merge into its energy, to create an energy through your body. And only certain beings can do this. And they also do experimentation with DNA to create the workers.
Mm-hmm.
The workers and the beings.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to you, wasn't it? They changed your body?
Cellular structure into that of a receiving programmable being.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So tell me, what is your connection with Source or God or the universe? What do you believe in that?
We do and we don't. Our connection with Source is limited because we have been tampered with. We have a soul and we have our own mind, but they've taken a little bit of our free will out. They have changed our DNA into a 2-strand, or I have more like a 6-strand from a 12-strand.
Okay.
This allows you or disallows you to be more or less than them. This lowers your consciousness, lowers your ability to think, and lowers your ability to understand things at a more higher level and a higher vibration. It also stops you from seeing things and stops you from allowing yourself to merge to these other energies, these frequencies, to use them as part of multidimensional abilities. These, because if you access these, then there's no time and space.
Yeah. And what would happen then?
Well, you would be stuck in certain frequencies.
Yeah.
So say you're in a frequency of a third dimension. You would not be able to see beyond your third dimensionality into the 5th or 6th dimension. You could see 4th a little bit, I believe, but you can't see more than that due to the inability to feel or see these frequencies. We have been tampered with and lied to, or they have been, as the workers. They've been created to work, so they've been created in 2D, but a lot of the gods had separated, they call themselves gods, separated from each other as a different faction that did not believe in the certitude of other beings. And they went down to teach them how and to propagate or to mix their DNA and co-conceive children that had more abilities. They felt that especially Earth needed a different codex. They call it a codex, which is a purpose or a level of consciousness, and they were to bring a different codex down. This is how they manipulate and change or control a group of or a civilization to what they need. And the codex exemplifies or describes the purpose. It's like an intention book.
Yeah.
So once you bring in a new codex, you can bring in a different way of being.
So what codex did they bring to the Earth?
They were to change the DNA strands back to 6.
Okay.
So we could have the ability to see and feel different things and to have access to our God self. 6 lines usually is around the same dimensionality. It's not really the same like a 6-dimensional creature. It's a little bit lower than that. So the higher the helixes or the dimensions they want to place in, the easier it is to access and contain or obtain different levels of consciousness to merge with different frequencies in a dance. It's like telepathy. The higher the frequency or the radio station, and if you're tuned to that, then you can hear it.
Okay.
So you've collected more and more ability or DNA to open and release to that.
Okay, so you can channel those abilities if you're in that right frequency.
Correct.
Okay, so how would you get yourself into that frequency? You know, let's just say you wanted to be telepathic. How would you, if you weren't already tuned to that, what could you do to...
Well, you'd access your many different multidimensional lives and uncover the truth and uncover your self in there. Your lives are the connection to unlocking time and space.
Okay.
And they also unlock your gifts, because those gifts are already inside your coding.
So even if that wasn't a natural ability, like let's just say you had an interest in something, you know, like telepathy, you could still, anyone could access that, is that what you're
Correct.
saying? Okay.
According to the codex. The new codex that's come, we just gone through a codex, so the new codex coming in this week, and oh right, my whole body's vibrating. They have given us a different formula to play with. Last weekend.
We're talking about here on Earth?
Yeah.
At the moment? Okay.
Yeah. That's the information they just said.
Okay.
We've been given a different purpose.
What is that?
We're aligning with our different purposes.
So what is the new purpose?
To awaken to our different DNAs, to our group of DNAs, to awaken to our calling, and to a new way of being, to be given more freedom and releasing the shackles of slavery of the past. Releasing victim. Everyone's releasing slavery and hopelessness in order to create a pathway for and to access those other codes, which then when combined, all the gifts and all the codes, when they combine, they create a strand of DNA.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So let's just talk about if someone wanted to, you know, channel into the frequency of telepathy and have that as one of their gifts, what process would they go about to bring that into their present moment? Or, you know what I mean? How would they bring that into their skill set?
They would discover themselves.
But how would they do that? What would they do?
Release, process of releasing through their lives, through their childhood, through all the lies that they've been implanted with. They are the lies which keep us in the third dimension.
Yeah.
And once you've completed all the lies, inside of you lies the key of the fifth or sixth dimension. And then you awaken that in others. In any way, it can be in anywhere. It can be just being who you are. And the ability to do that has been given to us as of this week. We are aligning with a different purpose and different source of light now. We've shifted into, it's almost like I'm seeing the earth shift a little and the sun shift a little to communicate a little bit better.
Yeah.
Where everyone is awakening to their calling.
Mm.
And their calling is to help each other to invest time into themselves. A lot of people are now just releasing different sections of programs which have been placed in their codex. They have a codex of slavery. So inside that codex, certain people have been given the gifts to unlock those.
Mm.
And those are to be the new way of being for the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Until a full evolution of a new codex will be coming in. They've been pushing for this for years.
Okay. Let's just focus on the telepathy, for instance. You know, someone wants to do that. Someone wants that as their gift. So they start releasing, you know, all their fears and all those sorts of things, start becoming their true self. But is there like a daily practice, or is there something they should be focusing on to bring that into being?
Meditation, activation of the pineal gland in many different forms and different ways. Prayer like meditation, but in spoken intentional word form. There are certain plant medicines that will unblock and unlock the sediment or the purification, to unlock the purification of the pineal gland, because we've been given very little information and we've been given this codex of only 2 strands. It will take time to adjust to the new programs.
Yeah. Because
you will be getting not just one third eye, there is another one to open.
Okay.
Which is basically attached to your purpose in this life.
Yeah.
And it is also attached to a past life you may have had, which connects to your purpose in this time.
Okay. So let's talk about the herbal medicines. Is there herbal medicines that can help people unlock their pineal glands?
Yes, they are delivering it to us soon.
Okay. So do we have any information that
No.
No, not at this time?
No, the time isn't right.
Okay.
They're telling us to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait and be patient.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if given at the wrong time, in the wrong hands, could bring about the destruction of the plan.
Yeah.
The game has been intricately weaved. And they are the masters of synchronicity.
Of course. All right.